On October 29th of 2021, I retired after almost 28 years as a newscaster at KPRC TV in Houston. You all know me for the most part here on YouTube as a content creator, or you follow me on social media, but very few of you know what I was doing during the other days of the week, what I've been doing my practically entire adult life, how I've made a living, and the family, the work family that has surrounded me throughout. Last week, I was really sent off with such joy, appreciation, and gratitude. My KPRC team put together a series of stories through several parties and really did some things that made me feel incredibly special and proud to be a part of that team. And I wanted to share that with you. It is such a huge part of who I am. The broadcast aspect of who I am comes to you here in this format, in content that I get to create and a message that I love. But I want you to see where it all originated and for you to have an understanding why I feel so grateful for my time at KPRC.
Today, we are celebrating our colleague, Dominique Sachse. After 28 years, she'll be signing off this evening and starting a new chapter.
Yeah, she will anchor her final newscast tonight, so make sure you watch KPRC 2 News at 6. She will not do the 10. Her last show is at 6, right. So make a note. Dominique sat down with fellow anchor Christine Noel to talk about her time at KPRC 2 and what she's learned while writing her book entitled Life Makeover, Embrace the Bold, Beautiful, and Blessed You.
What did you learn about yourself during this process? I mean, I know that you're always so intentional about growing, evolving, paying attention, and living your most blessed life.
Right.
What did you learn about yourself during this?
I learned that it was time for me to take a bold risk in my life. As you know, I've been here for almost 28 years, and as beautiful and as blessed as this career has been, and it has been, and I've never taken one day for granted, I was also feeling this stirring within that it's time to do something else.
There it is.
That breaking news coming to us from Southwest Houston. We have word of a bad accident on 59, the Southwest Freeway, inbound at Gessner. Chris Gutierrez live in News Chopper 2. Chris?
Hi, Dominique. We are in the 9600 block. We're above the 9600 block of the Southwest Freeway, just above Gessner. Let's take a look
these kids?
down on the scene. You can see that there is what appears to be a
babies.
God, you remember that?
Do you know, that was your first day here.
That was my first day at KPRC2, and the news director said, throw that new guy in the helicopter and have Dominique toss out to him. You know how nervous I was? Time flies, Dominique.
What year was that?
2003.
Look at that. That's when we met, when you started here.
That's right.
And we've come full circle.
Full circle.
And I mean, this is my last 10 o'clock with you.
The signature broadcast of our TV station. You sit at the chair that you worked really hard to get to.
I know.
And now it's the last one.
The word blessed is the word that comes to mind for this, and also for this, the relationship that I have with you all. You're my work family. You are so important in my life, and I feel the same about the viewer. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
Amen.
Without you all, I wouldn't have wanted to stay here.
There you
and
go.
So I thank you all. It's been an amazing ride.
We want to bring up Frank's microphone too, and we have some video because tonight, Frank, we got to honor, we got to celebrate, we got to bless our colleague here for what, nearly 30 years at one TV station.
And you know, and people from all channels came to celebrate and be a part of this. Your past, your current.
and friends from other places and other areas of media, and it was an honor.
Well, people talk about the last newscast. They don't realize that you and I and Chris and Bill, we all sit and chat in the parking lot after these newscasts at 10 o'clock.
Right. We do like each other.
Sometimes for 30 or 45 minutes, and just bare our hearts and souls to each other. And that's why we've become all such good friends. So I'm going to miss that.
Ooh, I'm going to miss you all big time.
Well, lots of lunches on me since you only eat Tic Tacs and water.
I'm a cheap date.
I'm in too. I'm in too.
Right.
It's a bittersweet day here at KPRC2. It's the day our friend and colleague Dominique Sachse will sign off for the very last time.
Dominique has been with our station for 28 years. She's made a big impact on all of us and on the city of Houston as a whole. Last night, we got to celebrate her career. People from all the local TV and radio stations were there, as well as many of our city philanthropists who have been involved with Dominique on her very good causes. Some of our elected officials were also there, including Mayor Turner.
And then, of course, you know, us Cougs do hang together.
Oh, we do.
And so, being a Cougar, and not only that, because of the career that you've had, the professionalism, the distinctions, the awards, University of Houston recognized the talent. So a distinguished alumni of the University of Houston. I mean, a distinguished alumni. So I want to thank you for that.
And I feel so blessed because I have a team here rooting me on. And even though I won't be in the building with you guys, I know that we will always be connected. We will always be connected through social media, through text, through lunches. Phil, thank you for being here. I love you. You bet. I always feel that you will be my family, and I can't thank you enough for that. You mean the world to me. This is the hardest thing, and yet it's the right thing, if that makes any sense.
The mayor also proclaimed yesterday as Dominique Sachse Day in the city of Houston, and that celebration will continue today.
Yeah, it's quite a night. Had a lot of fun, a lot of memories, and you know, obviously we wish her the best. And you can't say, I mean, what hasn't been said about Dominique at this point? I mean, it's just an incredible career. Stapleton, we were there. A little champagne, a little late, but man, it was worth it.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, it's worth the non-sleep, that's for sure. The best part was seeing some of the old channel tours there as well from back in the day.
She mentioned Phil Archer there. She said, I love you, Phil. Phil Archer showed up. Bill Baez was there. And, Dave Ward. I mean, you know, some of the names y'all have known for many years.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun as well. So, yeah, you know, it's and like I said, it's one of the things. If you've ever met Dominique, and I get this question a lot. Lisa, you kind of touched on this, and I think Courtney did as well. Courtney Zavala, and they say she can't be that nice. She can't be that nice in person. You know, and I'm here to tell you she is.
Yeah.
I mean, what you see is what you get, man. Yeah, no, she's one of the best, and we'll certainly miss her. That's for sure.
And lots of people, current and former on-air personalities, have wished Dominique well on her next adventure.
And that includes former traffic anchor, former colleague of ours, Don Armstrong.
Dominique, you're a beautiful person inside and out. It's been a pleasure knowing you all of these years. I hope to run into you again very soon. Good luck in your future. We always promise each other we're always going to run into each other and go to lunch or dinner. That never has happened. And you be good, because remember, I know your mother. Love you.
That was one of the clips that got a really good laugh last night at the party.
After 28 years, our dear colleague and friend Dominique Sachse will sign off for the final time. You can watch our big farewell today on KPRC2 News at 6 o'clock. It is a bittersweet day for us, isn't it, Justin?
It most certainly is, you know, and like we said, we both had a great time with her last night, and I think there's going to be some tears on that 6 o'clock tonight.
I think you're right.
We're looking forward. She's earned it, that's for sure.
And as far as your weekend is concerned, it's Dominique Delightful.
I love that. Dominique, the time has come.
It has.
It's your final newscast here at KPRC2, and we know that you love a good countdown clock.
You bet I do.
So we're going to give you, Dominique, a send-off that you deserve. You see that? We still have 17 minutes to go. Stay with us.
I'm savoring every minute.
You better.
Well, we're back, and we are saying goodbye to our dear friend and coworker, Dominique Sachse, signing off tonight after 28 years at KPRC2.
Wow, nearly 3 decades. And our TV station, our community, they're both better, Dominique, because of your dedication. We hope you received that. We hope you understand the impact that you've had here.
I have no idea what you guys have planned. There are like crazy things going on around this studio. You know, what is going on?
You have a few things planned.
We've got a few things planned, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I think we want to start with, look.
Randy
couldn't miss that.
Oh, Randy, I'm so sad you're not here, but you're away for a good cause.
Why don't you kick us off, Randy?
Yeah, I will. And I texted with Dominique, and I told her how sorry I was to miss the big get-together last night and just being there for your final few days, Dominique. And, hey, we are here for a good cause. It's a lot of fun with the Astros, and there's also a lot of Astro fans here that are fans of yours, Dominique. And it's an honor to be a part of this right now, even though I'm quite a ways away. But it's been such a blast working with you for the last, 17 years for me. Yes. From day one, you welcome me in to the KPRC family, and it's an honor to call you a friend as well.
I feel the same, Randy. I love you dearly, and your energy and what you bring to the sports game is extraordinary. I mean, you don't miss a beat. You're the hardest working guy in television. You are out there sometimes at 10 o'clock in the morning, finishing up at 11 or 12 o'clock at night for Sports Sunday, and I just want everybody to know that about you.
Well, I appreciate it. We have a job to do. We got to do it the right way, and
That's
I do
right.
appreciate it. But this night's about you.
It sure is.
Thank you, Randy.
We got to turn to Frank now, because Frank, you've worked with Dominique the longest.
I have.
You know her better than anybody.
I mean, you.
Uh-oh, here come the skellies.
Well, no, you came in '93.
Yes.
And I came in '95.
95.
Yes, and when we have been kind of at the hip ever since.
Yeah, you're the older brother I never had.
You're the older sister I never had, the older, wiser sister, even though you're a lot younger than me. But I remember so many funny things, like when you didn't realize that you didn't need a match to get a gas stove lit. You just had to turn the knob. I know.
That was a long time ago.
No, I have never had a home cooked meal at your house.
You won't.
And you've never sewn a button on my coat. But you know how to do hair. And let me tell you, and you're not afraid of it. That's what I love about you. You're not afraid of anything.
I'm not.
I mean, you're like daring greatly. You're the Brene Brown of the whole newsroom here that says, you know what? Here's the challenge, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to look great while I do. I love the way especially when the hair is pulled away from your face, like that. That's what I love. Because I remember when you were in Wings for like 10 seconds, that show Wings, on that sitcom, and they had you at a payphone.
One of those.
Yeah, and all you could see, it was like, you look like that.
With that big, long red hair, and I think you just got a little profile in it.
And I've worked out with Dominique once. I worked out once.
Yeah.
Okay, and remember that? It was 1-to-1 on Richmond, and we had to lunge across the parking lot to Richmond Avenue and back.
Horrific.
It was horrific. Well, look, and the whole place starts watching, because Frank Billingsley and Dominique Sachse are now in a lunging contest. Well, who do you think won? Why do you think I never worked out with her again? But I'll say this: you didn't have on a lick of makeup, and you looked great.
Oh.
But that was the kind of thing that kept us going. And
yeah, we've always had that little competitive spirit, but we've shared a lot. We've been through a lot together.
Oh yeah.
And
I've watched it all. But and you have too. You announced my marriage on television, and I didn't even know that was coming on 12-12-12. And I think half of Houston dropped their wine, and the other half dropped their beer. But it was like, your support, and I tell you and Bill were the first person I confided to when I had my cancer diagnosis.
I know.
I mean, right in that parking lot, right there, and you've been there for me the whole time. One time I'm double booked, and I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but I had to be emceeing two events, emceeing one event and another, and I was like, oh my God,
what am I gonna do?
I texted Dominique. I said, I'm gonna pickle. Can you throw on your best sash and get over to River Oaks Country Club and MC for me? And they were so much happier with Dominique.
No, they weren't.
Frank Billingsley, I can tell you. But if you ever need anybody to fill in for you, call Dominique. She is Dominique on the spot. It is things like that. You've always had my back, no matter whether it was really super personal or professional or just have a good laugh and a glass of wine with.
Right.
Isn't that what friends do?
Amen. I mean, that's the definition of a friend, right?
Yes.
And for me personally, your hands, I've shared this with so many people, and you in private, but your hands they're all over my story.
I know.
Right? Professionally, personally, professionally, because you had the bravery to share with your agent back in the day, and this is when we first met. This
was our first interaction.
The very first time that we shared a TV screen together back in '03, live in what we called Chopper 2 back then. I was high above the Southwest Freeway. But from this job, I got a job at the network because your agent took me on as a client because I was your friend. And then personally, you took took the time to answer an email from a young girl at Texas A&M who was eager to learn more about the news business, wanted to know more about you, how it is that you just do life. You answered that email. It blossomed into a dear friendship.
Yes.
And that young girl later became my wife.
I know. And I remember what started as a day of shadowing me. There was something so spectacular about her, so inquisitive. She was just so hungry to learn. I said, look, keep coming back. And she did. She stayed with me, I think, for a month that summer. She would call me, text me, can I come? Can I come? I'm like, sure, please join me. And that began a friendship. And I've always had such deep admiration for your wife now, but as a young girl, and I can't say this enough to any young people out there watching, have hunger, have desire, reach out to people that you admire, be persistent, don't give up, don't stop. And his wife did that, and she became a reporter, she became an anchor, and now
and then
your
she wound up with me, bless her heart.
And the mother of your two beautiful children.
How did that happen?
Yeah, thank you for that.
What is your, I mean, we all wake up on some mornings and we just feel the gloom.
Yeah.
What's your secret?
My secret sauce is that if you put on a smile, you don't feel the gloom anymore. That what you put out is what you get back. And so I've just learned to take a negative situation and just look for the blessing in it, right? Amen. We can always find a blessing in anything if we search for it. And so that's what I do. I'm a faithful woman. I wake up, I pray to God, I give thanks for what I have. I press into what I want, what my desires are. I know they don't happen on my time, they happen on his. But that's my cornerstone, and I just believe that if you find your blessings, you always have something to be happy about.
Hey, real quick, we want to get to another soundbite real quick we have on tape. My predecessor, my friend Bill Baeza, wanted to share something with you tonight.
I think that Dominique's legacy is that they'll still feel Dominique in the product that this wonderful news team produces and presents every day. They'll always be a part of Dominique here.
I think he's right.
Wow.
I think he's right.
Thank you. Well, you know that I will always be a part of this place, and I believe that as I physically leave, my spirit will always be here. You know, there's just, you know that, and I think that you'll carry that through as you continue on.
Last night we had a fun night.
We did have a fun night.
Dominique got a really cool gift. Take a look. It's some pop art. This is from Giddings Gallery. You joked last night with your son, like, now Styles, this is not a dartboard.
Exactly.
Okay, this is gonna hang in the house there, and we have another gift for you. Well, look who came.
Look who came.
Is that Miss Audrey Toll?
It's my mama.
Yes.
Yay.
If you wonder if the apple falls far from the tree,
I love you.
these two are magic. If you've never seen them together on YouTube, you are missing out.
This is my mini-me, right here. It's my mini-me.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Mama, these are beautiful.
This is for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is so sweet.
For all that you've done, for all the flowers are as beautiful as you are.
I love you. I love you. These are amazing. Oh my gosh, I can. Oh, I thought it was for me.
It is for you. We've got more coming. Here you go.
Yes.
There you go.
I remember when I-10 was flooding and this viewer called to talk to us on air. I remember that. And I'm like, who is this crazy woman talking to me like I'm her son? And somebody said in my ear, that's Dominique's mother. Like, oh gosh, that was the first time I ever talked to you.
I remember that building. I pass it.
Yes.
I pass it. I always think of that.
Yeah, we put her on the air and like a natural reporter. She's talking about the flooding in the garage and the flooding around the building. I'm like,
who is
gonna
this?
hire her?
Hey, we're down to 30 seconds. The reality is none of this would have happened if your mom wouldn't have moved to Houston way back in the day. Frostwood
74.
Elementary, Memorial Middle School, Memorial High School, U of H Cougars. Audrey, you give us a toast because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
All of you.
There you go.
All of you. You're all wonderful and adorable. Especially this one.
Amen. Especially that one. Yeah.
Hey, Randy! I love you all so much. And you at home, I love you too.
Send us out, Dominique.
Thank you for the memories. Thank you for 28 years. Thank you for the gift of allowing me to be a broadcast journalist in a place that I call home. You have made my life special. I cannot thank you enough. Cheers. To the next.
There you go.
We love you.
Cheers. I love you too.
Amen.
All right.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.